Hi Ava. How's your English study going?
It's going well. Thanks for asking. I'm really enjoying it. I've been following a few tips that have helped me learn faster.
Oh, great. What tips are those?
Well, first, I try to immerse myself in English as much as possible. I listen to English music, watch English movies and TV shows, and read English books and articles. This helps me get used to the sound of the language and learn new vocabulary and grammar naturally.
That's a great idea. I've been trying to do the same thing. I'm especially enjoying watching English sitcoms. They're funny and they help me learn everyday language.
Yeah, sitcoms are a great way to learn new vocabulary and phrases. I also like to watch English news programs. This helps me learn about current events and improve my listening comprehension.
That's a good tip too. I'm also trying to read more English books and articles. I'm finding that it's helpful to choose topics that I'm interested in. This makes the reading more enjoyable and helps me stay motivated.
That's definitely important. It's easier to learn when you're interested in the material.
Another tip that I'm following is to try to speak English as much as possible. I know it's scary at first, but it's really the best way to improve your fluency.
I agree. I've been trying to find opportunities to speak English with my friends and family, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. I'm also trying to find online communities where I can chat with other English learners.
That's a great idea. I've been thinking about joining an online language exchange. I think it would be a good way to practice speaking and listening with native English speakers.
I've heard that online language exchanges can be very helpful. I'll have to check one out.
Another tip that I've found helpful is to set realistic goals for myself. I don't try to learn too much too quickly. I focus on one or two things at a time and try to master those before moving on.
That's a good point. It's important to be patient and not get discouraged. Learning a new language takes time and effort.
Exactly. But it's definitely worth it in the end.
It sure is. I'm really excited to continue my English studies and improve my language skills.
Me too. I'm glad we could share some tips with each other. It's always helpful to learn from other language learners.
Definitely. Thanks for chatting with me, Emma.
You're welcome, Ava. Good luck with your English studies.
Thanks. Good luck to you too.
So, Ava, what are some specific things you've been doing to improve your English speaking skills?
Well, one thing I've been doing is recording myself speaking English and then listening back to it. This helps me identify areas where I need to improve, such as my pronunciation, intonation, and grammar.
That's a great idea. I've been thinking about doing that too. I'm a little self-conscious about my speaking, but I know it's important to practice.
I understand. But remember, everyone makes mistakes when they're learning a new language. The important thing is to learn from your mistakes and keep practicing.
Thanks for the encouragement. I'll definitely try recording myself speaking English.
Another thing I've been doing is watching English movies and TV shows with subtitles in English. This helps me learn new vocabulary and grammar in context. I also try to shadow the speakers, which means I try to repeat what they're saying as closely as possible.
That's a good tip too. I've been trying to shadow English speakers in podcasts and YouTube videos. It's a bit challenging, but it's definitely helping me improve my pronunciation.
It's definitely challenging at first, but it gets easier with practice. I've found that it's helpful to start by shadowing slower speakers and then gradually move on to faster speakers.
That's a good point. I'll try to find some slower English speakers to shadow at first.
I've also been trying to find opportunities to speak English with native speakers. I've been joining online language exchanges, and I'm also trying to meet up with native English speakers in my area.
That's great. I'm thinking about joining an online language exchange too. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes, I do. I've been using a website called Tandem. It's a free language exchange website where you can connect with native speakers from all over the world.
Thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out.
You're welcome. I've also been using an app called HelloTalk. It's similar to Tandem, but it has a few more features, such as voice and video calls.
I'll check that out too. Thanks for the tips, Ava. I'm really motivated to improve my English speaking skills.
You're welcome, Emma. I'm glad I could help.
So, what are your plans for your English studies in the next few months?
Well, I'm planning to continue doing the things I've been doing, such as recording myself speaking English, watching English movies and TV shows with subtitles, and shadowing English speakers. I'm also planning to start taking an online English speaking course.
That sounds like a good plan. I'm also planning to continue doing the things I've been doing, and I'm also thinking about starting an English journal. I think it would be helpful to write about my thoughts and experiences in English.
That's a great idea. I think writing in English is a great way to improve your grammar and vocabulary.
I think so too. I'm excited to see how my English improves in the next few months.
Me too. I'm glad we can support each other on our English learning journey.
Me too. Thanks for being a great friend and language partner, Ava.
You're welcome, Emma. Good luck with your English studies.
So, Ava, how have you been doing with your English studies?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I've been following the tips we talked about before, and I'm already seeing improvement.
That's great to hear. I've been doing well too. I'm really enjoying my online English speaking course. The teacher is very helpful and the other students are really friendly.
That's good. I'm thinking about starting an online English speaking course too. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes, I do. I'm really happy with the course I'm taking. It's called English Speaking for Beginners on Coursera. It's a free course and it's very well structured.
Thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out.
You're welcome. So, what are your plans for your English studies in the next few weeks?
Well, I plan to continue doing the things I've been doing, such as recording myself speaking English, watching English movies and TV shows with subtitles, and shadowing English speakers. I also plan to start practicing speaking English with my online language partner more often.
That sounds like a good plan. I'm also planning to continue doing the things I've been doing, and I'm also thinking about starting an English club at my school. I think it would be a great way to meet other students who are interested in learning English and to practice speaking English in a comfortable environment.
That's a great idea. I think an English club would be a lot of fun.
I think so too. I'm going to talk to my teacher about it next week.
Good luck.
Thanks. So, what have you been learning in your English speaking course lately?
We've been learning about different conversation starters and how to respond to them. We've also been learning about how to use different body language and facial expressions when we're speaking English.
That sounds really interesting. I'm sure it's helping you to become a more confident English speaker.
It definitely is. I'm feeling much more comfortable speaking English now than I was before I started the course.
That's great to hear. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, Emma. I'm excited to see how my English continues to improve in the future.
Me too. I'm glad we can support each other on our English learning journey.
Me too. Thanks for being a great friend and language partner, Emma.
You're welcome, Ava. Good luck with your English studies. So, Ava, I'm curious to know what your favorite part of learning English is.
That's a good question. I think my favorite part is learning new vocabulary and grammar. I love the feeling of accomplishment when I learn a new word or concept. I also enjoy being able to communicate with people from other countries in English.
I agree. Learning new vocabulary and grammar is definitely rewarding. And it's so exciting to be able to connect with people from all over the world using English.
What about you? What's your favorite part of learning English?
My favorite part is learning about English culture. I love watching English movies and TV shows, reading English books and articles, and listening to English music. It's really interesting to learn about different customs and traditions.
I can see why you would enjoy that. English culture is very rich and diverse.
It is. And it's really helpful to learn about English culture when you're trying to learn the language. It helps you to understand the context in which the language is used.
That's a good point. I've found that watching English movies and TV shows has helped me to improve my listening comprehension and vocabulary.
Me too. I also find that it's easier to learn new grammar concepts when I see them used in context.
What are some of your favorite English movies and TV shows?
Some of my favorites are Friends, The Office, and Bridgerton. I also really enjoy watching British dramas like Downton Abbey and Call the Midwife.
I love those shows too. I'm also a big fan of English comedies like Monty Python and Little Britain.
I love those shows too. They're so funny.
What about English books and articles? Do you have any favorites?
Yes, I do. Some of my favorite English books are Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I also enjoy reading articles from English-language newspapers and magazines.
I love those books too. I'm also a big fan of English poetry. I especially enjoy the works of William Shakespeare and John Keats.
Oh, I love poetry too. Shakespeare is one of my favorite poets.
It's great that we have so many shared interests. It makes our conversations even more enjoyable.
I agree. I'm so glad that we met and that we can support each other on our English learning journey.
Me too, Emma. I'm really grateful for your friendship.
Thank you for watching my English teaching video. I appreciate you taking the time to learn with me. I hope you found the video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. I'm always working to create new and engaging English teaching content, so stay tuned. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Thank you again for your support.